Hey everyone, Mosh here. You know, when I was a child, I played a lot of computer games. Yeah, hold the presses, I know. Well, to be honest, I still play a lot of computer games. But I distinctly remember that when I was 10 years old, there was a game that just blew my mind. You know, I was a huge fan of role-playing games. The first role-playing game I ever played, well, the first game that had role-playing elements that I ever played, was Mystic Quest on the Game Boy. Not that that's relevant to anything, but I love role-playing games, was what I'm saying. And one series I really loved was Might and Magic. And just so that everyone knows, Might and Magic may be somewhat of a high fantasy setting, but it's actually a sci-fi story. Yeah, I blew your mind there again, didn't I? So, when I was about 10, I still loved Might and Magic, a game came out called Heroes of Might and Magic. And I thought, whoo-hee! A new Might and Magic game. No, it wasn't. And yet it was. Or not? I don't know. It was actually King's Bounty 2, which was rebranded to ride the success of the Might and Magic series. And like a sucker, I bought it. And like a not sucker, I loved it. It was awesome to play the heroes that I loved. You know, have them in the strategy game, and I really loved strategy games too. And so that's when I decided that I would play the whole series. I played the first part. I mostly played the Barbarians, because I just loved how the Barbarians worked, and, you know, I was 10 years old. I loved guys with huge axes. I was a Conan fan. I was 10 years old, I repeat that again. And, you know, it was just awesome. I played it with my friend a lot, who was... Man, he was older than me, but I don't know how old he was. We played this a lot. It was great. And then, a few years later, Part 2 came out. Man, I played Part 2. I played this all through high school. I think Might and Magic 2, Heroes of Might and Magic 2, it's the Succession Wars. I think this may be the game that I played... No, wait, the second most, because my most played game is Master of Orion 2. Anyway, just ignore my rambling for now. By the way, I left the necropolis, but just ignore this. When I went to the Spiel in 2013... I found this. And, well, actually, let's be honest, I pre-ordered this because I read that this exists. And, sure enough, I didn't even think, I just pre-ordered it. And then I asked, hey, how about we pre-order Heroes of Might and Magic? Or Might and Magic Heroes, as it's called, the board game. And my fiancé was like, well, okay, if you think it's good. And I was like, oh, good, she said yes, because I already pre-ordered it. Now, since I pre-ordered it, I also got an additional hero, Crackhack the Barbarian. As I said, in part 1 I usually played the Barbarians, and Crackhack was part of the game, well, he was part of Might and Magic since the very first installment, Crackhack the Barbarian. And, despite having a funny name, because as a child, I was 10 as a teenager, I found this name incredibly hilarious. And, well, I don't know where I was going with it, but I do have Crackhack too, and Crackhack is beautiful. He reminds me of my childhood. And now, in memory of my childhood hero, the Barbarian Crackhack, I will open Heroes of Might and Magic, the board game. It's called Heroes... No, it's called Might and Magic Heroes, the board game. But for me, it will always be Heroes of Might and Magic. Let's open it up. Here we go. Ubisoft. I still remember the first game was done by New World Computing, the first video game, obviously. New World Computing was then quickly rebranded to 3DO, and now Ubisoft has taken over the Might and Magic Heroes franchise. It's still a very fun franchise, but recently I haven't played it a lot. Not entirely sure why, to be honest. Might and Magic Heroes, the board game. We have a rule book. It has a new game smell, I love this. So, the pages are pretty thick. There are a lot of illustrations. Ooh, Stronghold Orcs. Yeah, see, you can play four different cities, 4 different factions in here. The Stronghold, the Haven, the Sanctuary, and the Necropolis. Oh, man, I'm gonna have to decide between the Stronghold and the Necropolis. In later games, mostly in 3, I usually played the Haven creatures. Oh man, Haven Crossbowman, who cares? It's the Stronghold Orcs, the Sanctuary Shark Guards. I must have missed those. Okay, me reading this on camera is boring, so we're putting this away. Okay, now what we have here is, let's look at this first, because this is on top. I don't know, I'm guessing this is a first player marker. That's okay. That's good quality, good cardboard, doesn't bend. Alright. What do we have here? Okay, so I would guess these are the Haven markers, the Haven blocks, as it were. This has wooden cubes. Am I looking at a euro? Who knows? Honestly, I didn't read anything about the game. I just said, hey, Heroes of Might and Magic, buying that. Okay, so this is Haven. This is Stronghold, maybe? Okay, the 4 factions. Now what we have here, oh, this is interesting, I'll show you this later. These are custom dice. Those are D8s and a die with luck, moral, and skulls on it. Let's grab this. Come here. Oh! Okay, what we have here are some plasticky feeling D8s with an interesting numbers on it. I find the 2 somewhat hard to read, but who cares? Honestly, those feel kind of cheap, but they work just well. Is that... No, okay, I'm gonna really have to learn to read those, because I just rolled this and I wasn't sure if this is a 1 or a 2 or what. And we have this special die. It has a broken horseshoe for no luck, I suppose. A horseshoe for luck. In the video games, luck would, if your creature had good luck, it would sometimes do double damage. So this was good. We have a morale thingy. With good morale, sometimes your creatures could attack twice. And we have 1 skull, 2 skulls. So this is a custom die. And what it does, I don't know, but I have 2 skulls. Okay, now we have this. This is the map editor, basically. So this is the game board. You put these together and you have a game board. I'm sure you guys know how that will work. The cardboard is thick, it bends if I try to bend it, but usually, well, that should hold up very well. Might and Magic Heroes. The illustrations, yeah, looks nice. Looks fantasy-ish, reminds me of the second game in the series. I don't really know what the symbols do yet, so I will ignore them for now. I can guess a little, but yeah, these seem kinda nice. I am concerned that the board can shift. while you're playing. But then again, I have a little son who is very curious about everything. Especially games Mommy and Daddy play. Okay, when this works... Well, now we have a randomly stopping river, whatever. But this works well. Okay, now we have... See, I've never seen this before, and now this is the third game that I see them. Ziploc baggies. This shouldn't be such a hard thing, because let's face it, those things are really, really cheap. I bought like 200 for, what, €2.50, €2.50 I think. Ziploc baggies are beautiful. I use them for everything. What else do we have? We have token sheets. Ah, yes. These seem to be buildings. I would say these are creature buildings, and this may be the mage tower. I don't know. Okay, this is the necropolis. This is probably the stronghold. You know what? You don't care. I'm just punching one out. Comes out easily. Edges are slightly rounded. I like it when they are die cut like this. And, well, same cardstock as the rest, doesn't bend easily. I'm putting this back. You see, I punched it, but now it looks like I didn't. Okay, what else do we have? Now I'm just taking this now. Look. It's a black bag. Can be drawn close. Now, this bag, as I assume, is given to the best player, and he can use this to collect the ears of his fallen enemies. It feels a little cheap, but I guess as far as ear bags go, this is okay. Honestly, I can see myself using this in different other games too. Okay. Now we have this. What's in it? We'll see. Let's keep this for last. Now, whoop. I'm pretty sure these are the player boards. Well, that doesn't work like this. And yeah, same cardboard as before. Illustrations are good. We have this useful thing. This is not only useful, it is quite important. Folds and doesn't break. That's very good. Okay. Tokens, tokens, tokens. Same cardboard as before. Punches out easily. Good enough. What do we have here? We have skulls, we have... I can't tell what a lot of these do yet. Oh, now here we have the heroes. It's Might and Magic Heroes. It has the heroes. Fun fact, everybody usually, well, everybody I played with bought a lot of heroes to cover a lot of ground. I usually just bought one. And by the end of the game, he was so incredibly overpowered that he destroyed everything. I also didn't really know how to wage creatures, how to wage war against creatures, and I didn't really know how much you needed, what was good, and so I just went in with the hugest army in the world. Seriously, I attacked like, I don't know, I attacked a few archers with like 13 to 20 dragons. I usually won. These are the heroes. They are on thin cardboard, paper one might even say. This is Kral, a barbarian. He has an attack power of 6, I would say. He has a bottle. Honestly, I don't know what these things do. They don't No, they don't seem reminiscent of the video game at all. And as you recall, I haven't read the rules. But we'll find out. And now here's the meat of the game, I would suppose. Look! Creatures! I like this. Ah! Might and Magic Heroes. Dowód zakupy gry onedyczne tu... Polish. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is one of these Fantasy Flight proof of purchase thingies, because having the game is not proof of purchase enough. So, these are the creatures, I would guess. They look nice. I like the artwork. And when I turn it around, I would guess that the price is on the back. This seems a little... whoops, a little thinner than the rest. But nope, nothing happens. This creature will not bend or break. So, yep, even though this seems to be thinner, it holds up very well. And last, and maybe least, whoever knows, we have this, which are the heroes' faces. I guess they are stickers? I think so, yes. They seem to be stickers for putting on my Euro cubes. Now, we have this little box left. Oh, it's cards! It's just a tuck box. Come out. And actually this card is stuck. Okay. Got too close to the glue. Oh, these are a lot of cards to hold in your hand. These seem to be skills. What we have here is Rampage. Before battle, choose one stack. It gets one fist until the end of battle, and this stack gets plus 1d8. The cards are... they feel nice, they are laminated, and they're really thin. They bend easily. I don't know if they'll crease, but I'm not gonna try this. However, they do bend back. Okay, we're putting those away again. Okay, and we're done. So, a lot of components. There's nothing nope, nothing under this. Yeah, I'll figure that out later. Quite a lot of components, and it has a Euro vibe. I'm not a Euro gamer. But I love Heroes of Might and Magic. And I will play this, and even though I'm making fun of the Euro thing, of those wooden cubes and stuff, I really am excited to play this. For me, this feels like reliving my childhood. Not that I know how to play the game yet or anything, it's just the whole thematic. It's what I played as a child, it's what I played with my friends, and, well, I hope to play this with my fiancé and maybe my son when he's older. But for now, thank you very much for watching. See you next time.